Guys, I just ran into Heidi St. John in the bathroom. I'm like so starstruck right now. Hey guys, so I'm on my way to the Illinois Christian Home Educators Conference today, and I left the house without my speaker, so I apologize for the audio in this video. I will do my best, it's bumpy here, to vlog some of this so you can see what a more local homeschool conference is like in case you've never been to one. So I've got my driver over here. Say hi, Darren.
Hi, Darren.
We're meeting friends there too, so we'll see how this vlog goes, but I'm excited because some of the mask mandates have been slightly lifted, so I think we've had more speakers added to the itinerary. But the first speaker today is my favorite, Heidi St. John. So excited. In the words of Heidi St. John, so stick around because I think you're gonna be encouraged. So we're here at Olivet Nazarene. I've never been here before because the homeschool conferences before used to be at a very large church in Naperville. So this is kind of nice. There's a rock climbing wall. Very nice lobby area. People registering. Behind me, back there through those windows, is a swimming pool. They do it here now so families can stay on the campus and have access to like the swimming pool, and they have a big lazy river and just all the sports and athletic type recreational things here. So this is about, how far away is this from Chicago? Probably a good hour and a half south of Chicago. So Naperville was south of Chicago too, wasn't it? But suburbs, it had more stuff in the suburbs to do for eating, which we will miss, won't we? We used to always go to P.F. Chang's whenever we were at the homeschool conference. I'm not sure if we will do that because this closest suburb is about 45 minutes away. So we'll see. The thing I am interested to find out about this conference is, because I've been homeschooling for so long now, I hope I still go away inspired. Am I gonna learn anything new? I've done a lot of research already on the high school stuff, so I will be attending some of those workshops, but probably will just follow all my favorite people around, even if it's stuff that I've already heard. So we'll see. Can an old dog learn new tricks? I guess that's the question. We'll find out. This is my pen, my very special pen. Don't lose it. We'll see if I end here early. Huh. This surprisingly is not as big as the Naperville church. Entertainment. First keynote speaker, Heidi St. John.
But she's an accomplished mother and author and grandmother, though she doesn't look it. And we're delighted that she can come and join us. And I said, okay, Jay, tell me something about living the adventure of being Heidi St. John's husband. And he just sort of scratched his chin. You know, I mean, we homeschool our kids, we travel around in an RV. What more adventure could there be? Oh, by the way, she's running for Congress. And they live in Washington State, and so you say, well, okay, that's great for Washington State. No, this is Congress like the federal kind of Congress. And so this benefits all of us. And so please lift her up in your prayers and consider how you can be a friend and a support to the work that she is trying to do, just to be the presence and the light of Christ in a very, very dark arena. And so with that, I'm going to invite Heidi to come on up and share more about prayers from the battlefield, which seems so appropriate.
I'm seeing some smiles, I'm seeing some faces. Are you guys happy to be with other people? I really am as well. Yeah, it's a good thing. I think it's one of those things where you don't know what you got till it's gone. Also, we didn't realize how quickly communism could creep into our country, did we? No, didn't know about that. I am excited to be here today. You gotta know who your adversary is. If you're gonna get on the battlefield, you gotta know. 1 Peter 5:8 said, be sober-minded, be on the alert. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. I'm always telling homeschool moms, your adversary is not homeschooling. I know it feels like it. Has your kids ever driven you to the point where you've said the thing you said you would never say? Or thought the thing you couldn't believe you actually thought? I always tell parents, if your kids haven't humbled you yet, you're doing it wrong. Because the Lord of Heaven's armies is teaching you something right now about yourself in the process of raising children. How many of you know who learns more in a homeschool situation or any teaching situation, the teacher or the student? Who's learning the most? It's the teacher. Is the Lord teaching you something right now through homeschooling? You know He will. You want to find out how completely wicked you are? Homeschool your children. See, I can say this because I'm a homeschool mom. People who aren't homeschooling can't say stuff like that. It's like when they make fun of your sister or your mom, like, I can do that, but you, no, right? We have to be sure that as we send our children out onto the battlefield, we're preparing them for it. If you knew that a lion was outside of your home, would you just allow your children to go outside and leave the doors and windows open? No. You'd batten down the hatches. You would teach your children exactly what that lion looked like. You would say, hey guys, when you see the grass all matted in this portion of the yard, when you see the grass laid flat like that, the lion's been there. Do you smell that in the air? That's the breath of the lion. You would teach your children what he looked like, what he smelled like, what he sounded like, and you would prepare them for battle. And we have an adversary that is 10 times more lethal than any lion. And yet so often I meet homeschool parents and we're more worried about algebra than we're worried about the souls of our children. Now there's a cat. Men, you have an opportunity to encourage your wives. I have been blessed now to be married to Jay St. John for 32 years. And for 32 years, he has been lovingly encouraging me. You guys, I may be fooling you right now, but it's no picnic to be married to me. I can tell you right now. Because I have a sin nature. Does anybody else here have a sin nature? You guys ever war with yourself? Like, why am I behaving this way? Why am I such a brat? I don't know. And there have been many times over the years, over 20 some odd years of homeschooling, when Jay has come home from work at the end of the day, and I just felt like a failure as a mother. Do you guys ever feel that way? You feel like everything that you did that day was for nothing? And I think I told you guys the last time that I was here, that one of my favorite memories of Jay, and men, this is for you because I think you guys need to understand how powerful your voice is in the heart and in the mind of your wife. Jay recognizes that we're on a battlefield. And he came home from work one day from the church where he was pastoring, and I was sitting on the couch, and I was a mess, you guys. I was probably in a fetal position behind the front door before he walked in, I don't know. But nothing was going right. The kids weren't obeying me. Somebody was mouthing off to me. When I read those homeschool magazines, they told me that everything would be great. I saw the kids on the front of those magazines. They were all dressed in their matching jumpers, and they all had violins. You know, you guys saw them. And I just thought that's what my life would be like, except for it was harder than I imagined. And it took more out of me than I thought that it would. And Jay came home from work one day, and I was just crying on the couch, and I was like, I give up. He said, why are you giving up? I said, listen, nothing worked today. And by the way, I don't have dinner. And by the way, where are the kids? I said, I don't know. I think I sent them to some neighbor's house. And he got down right eye level with me. Just right down where I could see him, because, you know, I'm on the couch. And he goes, Heidi St. John, look at me. Look at me. So I looked up at him. He goes, Heidi St. John, ordinary women would be dead by now. He said, there's nothing ordinary about you. And I said, you don't think? And he goes, no, I love that thing you're doing with your hair. It's amazing. Those are my favorite yoga pants. You can wear them for 5 more days. They look better every day. I was like, really? You like those? He goes, that's my favorite t-shirt. He said, I don't mind that you've been wearing it all week. You don't mind? He goes, no. You see, we both know he was lying at this point, right? We both know he's lying, but you know what he made me want to be? He made me want to be a better mom. He made me want to get up and try again. You see, sometimes when you run onto the battlefield and got in you is just to give it up for that one day. All it takes is one word of encouragement. Moms, your kids are the same way.
Heidi St. John was phenomenal, so I've already gotten something out of it. She's so funny. I wonder if she is that witty in person, like naturally witty, or if it's because she has practiced what she's saying, but she had us giggling in that keynote quite a bit. And then I just went to a Foundations Worldview presentation. Very curious now about that curriculum, so I'm going to go check it out in the exhibitor hall. Man, this is so small compared to what it used to be. There used to be a lot more. Used to be a lot more here, didn't there?
Yeah, truly.
Let me see her speak. I have that book. Can't believe you just said that. Haven't read it yet. So I know this is no fault to the convention coordinators or to the vendors, because I get it. Illinois is one of those states that has a lot of mandates. Mask mandate, we weren't really sure what that was going to be like, so a lot of vendors said we weren't coming, and that just seemed a little bit odd and disappointing. There wasn't that many, so I really hope that it's better next year. Because man, I saw stuff online from the Florida Homeschool Convention. That looked awesome. So if Illinois is under a bunch of restrictions still next year, because who knows when this thing's gonna end, we might just have to head to Florida. Although that's such a catch-22, because I still wanna support Illinois. It's just sad.
West Illinois.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. You didn't hear my husband, but he was giving the weather report. So it's day 2 of the conference. We are running a little bit late. This morning, we are going to see Rob Renow speak, and I hopefully will get to some Heidi St. John workshops, and I'm really hoping to get to talk to Heidi. Moment of silence. Okay. So we're almost there, and today's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a long day. Lots of good stuff though. Look, you guys, he's got the whole world in his hands. All right, we're heading into the first keynote speaker.
I come broken to be mended, I come wounded to be healed, I come desperate to be rescued, I come empty to be filled, I come broken to be mended, I come wounded to be healed, I come desperate to be rescued. Is anyone worthy? Is anyone whole? Is anyone able to break the seal and open the scroll? The Lion of Judah, who conquered the grave, he is David's ruler and died to ransom the slave.
And she asked me literally, what kinds of sins are you committing every day at home? And this was a Sunday morning. I said, I'll give you one from this morning. Again, she can't handle it at this point. She's like, you sinned this morning before church? I sure did. We were running late for church, and Amy said, can you go turn the lights off? I said, sure, sweetheart.
Yeah, why don't you go turn the lights off?
So you see, I went and turned the lights off, but as I did, I mumbled and grumbled and complained with a dark heart toward my wife. And I said, I sinned in my heart toward my wife with my bitter attitude. She said, no. That's not a sin. Your wife asked you to turn off the lights.
You politely said you would, you went and did it. I said, no, actually, I was a hypocrite. I was a whitewashed tomb. I was good on the outside, right, but dirty on the inside, and that was a sin. She said, well, if that's a sin, I sin a lot. Ding, 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 ding! Welcome to the club, all right. You know, for some of us, we might say, you know, hey, I totally believe in this whole, like, idea of family, right? God's institution, etc. But this particular combination of people is just not working, right? It's because we fall short at home so much. This is why the Christian family has to become an expert in giving and receiving forgiveness. This morning, I want to talk to you about healing family relationships. Healing family relationships. And those of you that raise your hands, you're here for the first time, you're like, whoa, time out. Thought we were here to talk about homeschooling. Well, as you're going to hear, I think in every workshop and keynote through the conference, homeschooling is more about the heart than it is the head. It's more about shaping character than it is transferring knowledge. Our greatest goal is that our children would love and follow Jesus forever. And at the heart of the gospel is the forgiveness of our sins through Christ's work on the cross. And God wants our kids to experience forgiveness in our families as a little imperfect but powerful picture of forgiveness.
So you cannot list CLEP in your class courses, because remember, it's not a class, it's an exam. So you can put on here CLEP exam information on the bottom.
I just came from the creating your high school transcript and record keeping, and my mind is a little bit blown. I have so much new information. That was so helpful. If you guys have opportunity to, if you're a member of HSLDA, you should join them because they have counselors to help you. Or if you can make it to a homeschool conference where this lady who ran this workshop for us, it does feel like it was for me. Anyway, she's doing all kinds of high school stuff during this conference. So if you're intimidated by high school or you just want step-by-step instruction, this was so helpful, and I can't say that I heard any of this on YouTube. So I love YouTube, right? I'm on YouTube, but there's something to be said for going right to the experts for this help also. I will share with you what I'm doing as usual, but join HSLDA. Is anybody else like me? It's kind of cool to be without my kids right now. Just walking along, meeting my husband for lunch before our afternoon activities and meeting with our friends. And tonight we're going to be staying in a hotel, decompressing and also discussing with the four of us all the things that we learned. So go to a homeschool conference. It's so awesome. So if you haven't checked out my video yet for the biggest impact to my whole homeschool year, it is attending this conference. So check that video out. And that's why I'm here today, because I promised you that I would vlog it for you. You guys, I just ran into Heidi St. John in the bathroom. I'm like so starstruck right now. She was washing her hands and I just walked up to her and was like, Heidi, and practically threw my arms around her. We didn't hug, but I started talking to her as if we were old friends. Can I just say, she is beautiful, even more beautiful in person than she is online. I feel like I'm on cloud 9 right now, but I actually did want to meet her formally and get her on video, so now that I've met her in the bathroom, I guess I'll have to make sure to do that now.
Sorry guys, but this is it for now. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss part 2 and see what Heidi and I talked about. It was riveting. And also, I saw some other awesome speakers on our day 3. So until then,